Students, now we will see about electric source. What is electric source? Electric source is a device which supplies electric energy to the circuit and which is classified into two categories. So first one is called voltage source and next one is called current source. Okay, so in first majorly we have DC sources and AC sources, isn't it? DC sources are your cells, batteries and all, isn't it? AC sources we will learn next. Okay, so in that now in general we talk about some electric source. Electric source is what? It is a device which supplies electric energy to the load or some electric circuit, we can say it as. Okay, so now this is classified into two categories. One thing will be what? Voltage source. Another thing will be what? Current source. So I can have that energy or electric energy supplied to the load in the form of voltage or in the form of current. Okay, so when voltage is applied, current flows. Fine. So now I can say something like voltage source, and also because of this voltage applied, some current will be flowing, isn't it? So I will consider instead of voltage only current I will be considering. Okay, so that I can call it as what? Current source. Something is voltage source and something is what? Current source. We can classify into two categories. Okay, fine. Okay, so one thing is what? Voltage source. Another thing is what? Current source. Now what is voltage source? Voltage source is what? It is a device or a thing which supplies electrical energy to the load. You can see it as. Okay, so electrical energy or the means it will supply electrical energy in the form of what? Voltage to the load or to the circuit. Okay, so it is a device which supplies electric energy to the circuit or load in the form of what? Voltage. Here current is what? Current source is what? It is a device or it is a thing which supplies electric energy to the circuit or load in the form of what? Current. Okay, so here electric energy will be supplied in the form of voltage. Here the electric energy will be supplied in the form of what? Current. Okay, fine. So in this way we have this electric source classified into two categories: voltage source and next one is what? Current source. So now coming to voltage source. So voltage source is again classified into what? Two categories. Okay, so something is called as what? Ideal voltage source and something is called as what? Practical voltage source. What is ideal? Ideal is what? Some imaginary thing, a perfect thing. Okay, so ideally it is what? Perfect thing. So usually when we go for practical things, so practically when we go for something to happen, so some things will be changing, isn't it? It is nothing like a perfect thing. Okay, so perfect is what? Means exact or like what we can say it as what? Imaginary thing. Ideal is what? Imaginary. So which will be very perfect. There won't be any anything which will be missing. So practically things won't go ideal. Okay, so ideal is what? Something imaginary. It should be something like this, something like this, something like this. So practically it won't be so and so. Okay, something will be changing little bit only. Okay, so that thing is called as what? Ideal thing. Ideal is what? An imaginary thing which is a perfect thing, and practically this is not possible. Okay, so ideal voltage source is not possible practically. Okay, so it is a theoretical view. We can say it as an imaginary thing. So a source means what? A voltage source should be so and so only. So that is called as what? Ideal thing. So practically this is not possible. Okay, fine. Okay, now ideal voltage source and practical voltage source. Ideally, we will say that voltage source should be so and so. Practically, it won't be so and so. It will be having some thing which will be changing. So what is that? We will see here. Okay. So now coming to ideal voltage source, we will show your ideal voltage source in the form of what? In this circuit representation, so and so. If you see here, so we have a voltage source. So Vs will be calling it as voltage source indication. Okay, so VL will call it as something. Will call it as a VL. VL means what? Voltage across load. So some meaningful names will be given. Okay, so VL means what? It is voltage across load. Vs means what? Voltage here at the source. Okay, so now Vs is the given notation, and these are what your DC voltage sources. Okay, so now we have what positive terminal here, negative terminal here, and here what we'll call a DC or a DC ideal voltage source as. So ideal voltage source, how we can define it as means like it is a voltage source which will provide constant voltage. Okay, so it is ideal voltage source is something which will supply constant electric voltage to the circuit irrespective of the resistance of the load. Okay, so we will be having certain load resistance. Say here we haven't connected it. Okay, so we will have some load. Okay, means when we have some source, means what, there should be some load to utilize this thing, isn't it? So that will be there. Now this is your voltage at the source, and there will be certain load, and load will have certain load resistance. That is what is called RM, isn't it? Yes. So now that load resistance, irrespective of the load resistance, so this source should supply constant voltage to the circuit or to the load. Such circuit is called as what, ideal voltage source. Okay, so it will be supplying constant voltage to the circuit or to the load irrespective of the load resistance. Load resistance, isn't it or not? Resistance value, when we have large resistance value, voltage drop will be more. When we have small resistance, means that we will have a less voltage drop. So voltage drop again depends on resistance, and current flow also depends on resistance. Less the resistance, more will be the current. More the resistance, less will be the current, isn't it? So that thing will be we are all aware of, isn't it? Yes. So now going to ideal voltage source, a thing or source which will supply constant voltage to the load or to the circuit irrespective of the load resistance. So this is your ideal voltage source. So means what? It is giving constant voltage to the load or to the circuit, and for ideal voltage source we say that internal resistance is said to be what? 0 ohms. Means ideal voltage sources are said as one perfect thing. So a source which has got no internal resistance, we will say 0 internal resistance it has got. Means when we have something, so it will have certain resistance. So we know that practically, isn't it? So I have something, that means what? It will have a fine amount of resistance. It will be having certain resistance. Okay, so there is nothing like a thing which is having 0 resistance. Okay, so everything will have small, like a little bit resistance. Okay, so we can't say it as what 0 resistance. Okay, so we will go for a copper wire. Copper is the best conductor of electricity. That means what? It will have what? It has got very less resistance. That is why it is making lot of current to flow. It has got very less resistance. So we will consider that it has got resistance. We will consider that we will ignore that because it is very small. We will ignore that. In the same way, so when I have some voltage source, something like I have a DC, like I have a battery cell. So it will have some internal resistance, isn't it or not? I have something means what? It will have certain resistance. Let it be anything. Okay, so I have something means what? It will have certain resistance for sure, practically. Okay, so here it is, we are talking about ideal voltage source. For ideal voltage source, ideal is what? Imaginary, not possible thing. Okay, so it is it is not practically possible thing. That is what is called ideal. So we will say that it should be so and so. Okay, so what we will say here is ideal voltage source will have 0 internal resistance. 0 internal resistance means RS is what? Source resistance is what? 0 ohms. When it means what? So when we have 0 internal resistance, so this voltage means we will say that something which has got no internal resistance. Such sources are called as what? Ideal voltage source. Okay. So when we have no internal resistance means what? All of the voltage will be going to the load. Okay. So when we have this internal resistance 0, that means what? Here this voltage source will supply all this voltage Vs to the load. There is no voltage drop only. There is no dip in the load. That means what? All of the voltage will pass to the other end. Correct or not? So if there is some if there is some resistance, so that means what? Some of the voltage will be dropped over there, isn't it? So then, load will not have this Vs. Here we say that internal resistance 0. So then all of this Vs will pass to the load. Isn't it or not? So then I can say, what I can say is what? VL, that is load voltage, is equal to what? Source voltage. I can say it as for ideal voltage source. When we have this internal resistance that is equal to 0, so then all of this voltage will be passed to the load. Okay, so we call that as what? Load resistance VL. Is that okay? Yes. So this is going to be your ideal voltage source. Okay. Practically, when it comes to practical voltage source, we will say that practical voltage sources will be looking somewhat like this. And here, what we will say is, for practical voltage source, it will have certain internal resistance, and for voltage source, this internal resistance will come in series with this voltage source. Okay. So this is plus and minus terminals. I can say that. So when we have this coming to practical voltage source, for ideal voltage source we will say that internal resistance is what? 0 ohms. For practical voltage source, so it won't be so and so. Practically there will be certain internal resistance, and that internal resistance will come in series with this voltage source, and practically we will write this voltage source as so and so. Okay, so we have this voltage source and we have some internal resistance that will be coming in series with this voltage source, and this is your practical voltage source. Okay, so ideal voltage source, practical voltage source. Ideally it will be looking like this, practically it will be looking like this. Okay, so now here when it comes to practical voltage source, so when we have this Vs, which will be going to the load. If I have some load resistance RL connected here, fine. So I have some load resistance RL connected here. This voltage Vs will go to RL when after passing through this RS, because there is some internal resistance RS here. So this voltage, out of this voltage Vs, certain voltage will be dropped here. Some voltage will be dropped here, and remaining voltage will go to the load. So then I can't say that VL is equal to Vs. It is not so and so. VL is not equal to Vs for practical. Why? Because this voltage which has been given at the source, so which will be going like this, and here certain voltage will be dropped because there will be certain internal resistance. So internal resistance will eat some voltage. Okay, so internal resistance will make some voltage drop here because we have some obstruction is one, when there is some resistance, so that we have this voltage drop happening. So we know that, isn't it? Yes. So then this Vs, out of this, like all of this Vs would go to load. Then I can't, like I will be saying that VL is not equal to Vs, because Vs will be more, VL will be less. Means less voltage will be coming to load because some of the voltage will be dropped across your RS. But here it is not so and so, isn't it? So here RS is said to be 0 ohms. There won't be any when there is no resistance, no voltage will be dropped, isn't it? So all of this voltage will be available at the load. So then I can say that VL equal to Vs. Practically it is not happening so. VL will be less than Vs because some voltage will be dropped across RS. So understood all about ideal voltage source and practical voltage source. This is imaginary voltage source, so which is not practically possible. This is practical voltage source. Then we will have internal resistance will be coming in series with the voltage source. Fine. Yes. Now coming to ideal DC voltage source, here I have shown the same things connected like with the load resistance RL. Okay, so here I haven't shown any load resistance. The same thing I will be showing here with load resistance. So I have connected some voltage Vs, and we have this DC voltage source here, positive and negative terminals, and ideally we will say RS is equal to 0. So then when we apply this voltage source Vs to this load, IL means current flows. IL, load current will flow here, IL will flow, and that will go to load resistance RL, and then we have a certain voltage drop VL. So now I can say, what I can say is VL will be equal to Vs because RS is 0. There won't be any voltage drop here. So all of this voltage will be available at the load VL. Okay. So here in graphical representation, I can show you how we can represent with this VI characteristics. Okay, characteristic graph I have shown. So I use voltage versus current characteristics. So here we have IL load current and this is VL load voltage. Okay, so when we apply this voltage, in the sense when we apply this voltage Vs to this circuit or to this load, then what happens is, so here the voltage remains constant. Okay, so the voltage remains constant and voltage will be same for all your currents. Okay, so when I will apply this, current will flow and it will flow through the load and voltage will be dropped across the load resistance RL, and all of this voltage Vs will be dropped across VL, and VL will be equal to Vs, and there will be a constant voltage drop. Fine? Is that okay or not? Okay. Yes. So that as we have this voltage applied, current will be constant, which will be flowing through the load. All of the current will be constant, which will be flowing through the load, and we will have constant voltage, which will be flowing through the load. Okay. So we will say that ideal DC voltage source. So now coming to practical voltage source. So here I can see like we can see there is something happening in a different manner. Okay, so here it is ideal thing, this is practical thing. Okay, yes. Now we have this Vs and Rs is there in series with this voltage source, and Rs will be of certain value, of some ohms of value. Fine. So it comes in series with this Vs, and some IL will flow, and that will flow through your RL. Okay, and we will have some voltage drop VL here across your RL load resistance. Okay, so now what happens here is, so this voltage Vs will be flowing, and like in a sense, so out of this voltage source here we have only one resistance, isn't it? So all of this voltage will go here. Here we have two resistances in series. So we have internal resistance, we have some load resistance. So this out of like as we know that when we have this one voltage source, so all of the voltage will go to that. Means when we have one resistance, all of the voltage will go there. When we have two resistances, some voltage will be dropped here, some voltage will be dropped here, isn't it? So we all know that voltage divider rule, isn't it? Yes. So now we have this Vs, which will be given here, and Rs is there in series with RL. So this Vs will be dropped across Rs and RL. So some of the voltage will be dropped here, some of the voltage will be dropped here. That means what? All of this Vs won't be available at the VL. Some voltage will be dropped here and remaining voltage will come here. Okay. So in that way, what we can say here is, so this point is what? VL equal to Vs. So here it is VL will be equal to Vs. As we increase this current, as we have this voltage, which will be increasing. Okay, so when we apply this voltage, as we have this resistance RL, as this RL increases or it varies, as this resistance varies, so current also varies, isn't it or not? So that equation we can say it as what? VL will be equal to what? VL will be equal to what? Vs minus IL into Rs. So here load voltage will be equal to what? Source voltage minus the voltage drop across this resistance. What is this voltage drop across this resistance? So that I can say it as what? V is equal to I into R, isn't it? So what is R here? Rs. What is I? I is equal to IL. So I can say the voltage drop across this resistance as what? IL into Rs. So now load voltage will be equal to what? VL will be equal to what? Vs minus this voltage. Okay, in that way, when we have this, so we have this internal resistance flow, certain voltage will drop here. So I can expect only this. Actually, ideally it should be so and so. Practically it will be lesser. Fine? Practically it will be lesser. Ideally it should be this much value, constant value, like this. Okay? Practically it should be like this, like ideally it should be like this, but practically it will be like this. So only this much of voltage will be available at the load because there is some internal resistance and that will be there practically. Okay, ideally we can say there won't be any resistance. Practically there will be certain resistance and it will have some voltage drop, and remaining voltage out of remaining voltage of this like Vs will supply the source voltage and Rs will have certain voltage drop and remaining voltage will be dropped across the load. So we can here this point is what VL equal to Vs. Here it should be, but it won't be small, so this will be going to decrease. Okay, so as we have this resistance value which will be varying, current also varies, and as this resistance decreases, current increases, isn't it? So then I can say this VL will be equal to Vs minus IL into Rs. We can see it as there is certain internal resistance, so that is why we won't have all of the voltage which will be appearing across the load. Okay, now coming to current source. For current source we will have the representation in this manner. So voltage sources will be represented like this. Current sources will be represented in a manner with an arrow mark. This indicates the direction of flow of current. Okay, so current flows something like this here. Okay, so now this is the current source representation. Is will call it as. Here we won't say anything about the voltage source. It is current source. We will represent everything in the form of what? Current. And for current source, ideal current source. For current source, what is a current source? It is a like a thing which will supply constant electric current or electric energy to the load, irrespective of the load resistance. Okay, yes. So now here for a current source, we will say for ideal voltage, for ideal current source, we will say the resistance. Source resistance is said to be infinite. Infinite source resistance, we will say it as. Okay, so when there is some like infinite resistance, infinite is what? Countless. Okay, so it is like very high thing which can't be imagined. Okay, so it is like infinite. Okay, so that is what is called infinite resistance. So here for ideal current source, we will say that internal resistance comes in parallel with the current source. Okay, so here the internal resistance will come in series. Here for the current source, internal resistance will come in parallel with the current source, and we will see that internal resistance is equal to what? Infinity. Infinite internal resistance will be there, and that comes in series for ideal current source. But practically we can't say that internal resistance is what? Infinite. So there will be some less resistance. There won't be any infinite resistance. Practically there will be some high resistance, but not infinite resistance. Okay, there will be certain resistance that is called Rs, and that will be of some value, of some ohms value, and that comes in parallel with the current source. And here what happens here is, so when we have this a load resistance, or what we can say is what? Rs which is infinite. I have some Rs which is infinite. I can show you in this manner also. This is your Rs. It will be equal to infinite thing, and for current source, the internal resistance will come in parallel with the current source. So here for an ideal current source, we will say that internal resistance is what? Infinity. Practically there is something like we can't say that resistance will be that infinite resistance. There will be certain resistance, some high resistance will be there, so that we can say measuring some ohms of resistance. So this will be your current source, this will be your ideal current source, this is your practical current source. Okay, when something comes in parallel with this, so what happens here is, so this is your current source, means what happens here is, so this current flows, and then we have this infinite resistance here. So the current goes like this, and all of the current will go to the load. Okay, because here we have infinite resistance, current finds a easy path, here we have this infinite resistance, means what? All of the current will go to the load. Correct or not? Okay. So this current source we have. So there is some internal resistance that comes in parallel with the current source, and when we say this is infinite resistance, so we have this RL which will be connected of certain resistance. So current won't go here. All of the current will go to the load. Okay. So that is what is what ideal, but practically it is not showing so. Here we will have certain resistance load RL. So when this current flows like this, so here we have certain resistance. So some of the current will go here, some of the current will go here. So that means what? Here load won't have all of this current IS. There will be less current which will be flowing through the load because some current will flow through RS. Fine. So that is about your current source, ideal current source and practical current source. For current source, the internal resistance will come in parallel with the current source. Okay. For voltage source, the internal resistance will come in series with the voltage source. Now we will see a conversion of voltage source into current source and conversion of current source into voltage source. Now we will be giving you a task to convert a given voltage source into a current source and given current source into what? A voltage source. How to convert it? So we know that for your voltage source, the internal resistance will come in series with the voltage source, and same for the current source, the internal resistance will come in parallel with the current source. Fine. So this thing you have to remember properly, and they will be giving you some voltage source to convert into what? A current source, and otherwise they will give you a current source, you have to convert it into what? A voltage source. Fine. Yes. So now conversion of voltage source into current source means we will see this here. So we have a voltage source which has been given Vs with internal resistance Rs in series and Is will flow. Here they have shown you some short. Short means what? Direct connection without any internal resistance. They have shown you. So we have taken 2 points A and B. So here Is will flow. Means what? Current will flow. There is no load here. So the current will flow here. Hence, we have directly connected this point A and B directly. Okay, short, we have made a short. Short is what? Direct connection without any internal resistance. Okay, directly we have connected point A to B. So that means what? So this Vs we have with internal resistance Rs, and there flows some Is that goes like this. Okay, so the current Is will be flowing here. Now this is your voltage source. Now how you can make out this voltage source into a current source? So because of this voltage given and some internal resistance is there, so some current Is will flow here, and that will flow. If I take 2 points A and B, here I have made a short so that all of the current will flow from A to B and go back to this voltage source. Right? So the current flows in this manner. Fine. So we have this current source Is. So now how I can make out a source with this much amount of current? So I can convert this voltage source into a current source, something like this. So I have shown you a current source here, which is of the value Is. Okay. So we know that, isn't it? So what is Is? Is equal to Vs divided by Rs. I have written here, isn't it? So what is Is? Is is equal to applied voltage Vs divided by internal resistance Rs. So that is your Is. So now we want this voltage source to be converted into what? Current source. This is the voltage source. So I want this voltage source converted into what? A current source. Here the current source will have to have the value of Is. So that's why I have taken it is the current source of value Is, wherein we have this current source has got an internal resistance of what? Same resistance Rs. So internal resistance for current source will come in parallel. For voltage source, the internal resistance will come in series. Okay. So this voltage source now has been converted into a current source with internal resistance Rs, which will be coming in parallel with the voltage source. Now these A and B points are the same points like this. Okay. So these 2 points are equivalent to these 2 points. Here these 2 points will have this current, and here these 2 points will have this voltage. Okay, so these 2 points will have this electric energy will be supplied here in the form of voltage. Here the electric energy will be supplied in the form of what? Current. Is that okay? Yes. So this is how we will be converting this voltage source into current source. Voltage source, series resistance is there, and we have this points A and B. Here we have this current source Is, wherein we have this resistance, internal resistance comes in parallel across these 2 points A and B. Fine, is that okay? Yes. Now we are coming to conversion of current source into voltage source. They have given you a current source, so I have to convert it into what? A voltage source. Here they have given you a current source of Is value, and Rs is the internal resistance of this current source. This is a practical current source, and coming to a voltage at these 2 points A and B. So there will be I have given some current, and there is some internal resistance that will make certain voltage which will be available at this point A and B. Okay, so that is Vs. So this is the current source which has been given. So now I have to convert this current source into what? Voltage source. Now what is Vs? Vs is equal to what? Is into Rs, isn't it? Is into Rs. I can write it as, so that has been converted into what? A voltage source, wherein we have this Vs and Rs comes in series with this thing, and here we have this voltage source made out of this current source. Here we have this current source, parallel resistance, internal resistance. Here we have this voltage source which comes in series with what? Internal resistance, and these 2 points A and B are similar of these 2 points. So here we have this voltage, and here we have this voltage of Vs, which will be appearing across the load. Fine? Yes. So now this is how we will be converting the current source into what? A voltage source. Okay. So now they have given an example. Convert the current source of 5 amperes. They have given us what? A current source of what? 5 amperes with internal resistance of 2 ohms. That 5 amperes of current source has got some internal resistance of what? 2 ohms. And we have to convert this current source into what? A voltage source. Okay. So now we have this current source of 5 amperes which has got some internal resistance of 2 ohms, which will be coming in parallel with this current source, isn't it? 5 amperes of current source, we have this 2 ohms of internal resistance which will be coming in parallel, and I have taken 2 points A and B here. I want to convert this into what? A voltage source. Now my question is, now there, like we can say it as some voltage source will be there, and this internal resistance will come in series. Fine. So what is the voltage? So how I can make out this voltage Vs? So we know that Vs is equal to Is into Rs, because Is is equal to, this is your Is, this is your Rs, isn't it? So what is Vs? Vs is equal to Is into Rs. So finally I can make out this Is is equal to 5 amperes, Rs is equal to 2 ohms. So I can have this formula to calculate the voltage Vs with Rs in series. So Vs is equal to Is into Rs, 5 into 2, that is equal to 10 volts. 10 volts of voltage source. So in this way I can convert the current source given into a voltage source. So and so. Okay, the conclusion point is here for voltage source the internal resistance will come in series. For current source the internal resistance will come in parallel, and we have to utilize Ohm's law for calculating the voltage and current things, and we can convert the voltage source into current source or current source